There's a reason why the only person I know who actually likes Man of Steel is a man on the autistic spectrum who also, like Zack Snyder, never got Superman on the most fundamental level, in large part because, without being narcissistic or selfish in any sense of the term, being neuroatypical and thus perceiving the world and reacting to it differently, he has a fundamentally egocentric worldview, naturally focused on how other people perceive him and whether others think that he's a good guy, literally needing to have something to do in order to prove his worth to the rest of the world, to the extent that the idea of Superman saving the world because he can do anything genuinely terrifies him. Meaning that while the rest of us were asking why Schneider's version of Clark Kent would be screaming "No!" after killing Zod, because although we know that Superman doesn't kill, Snyder apparently doesn't, he was recognizing that on the contrary, being trapped on a planet full of aliens who don't understand him, God, it's so difficult being such a talented and, dare I say, ruggedly handsome movie director casting pearls before swine. The guy cosplaying as Superman in Man of Steel was grieving over having been forced to kill the only surviving being in the universe who could have possibly understood him, with my friend pointing out that as an autistic man who genuinely struggles to relate to others and to be understood, this is how he'd react if he were forced to kill the only other autistic person on the planet, or in Zack's case, being a walking narcissistic personality disorder, if he were forced to kill the only other self-righteously narcissistic director whose entire filmography serves as material for his psychological profile. No! M. Night Shyamalan, what have I done? You were the only other person on the planet who understood the true genius of Sucker Punch. Compelling drama? Perhaps, if like Zack Snyder or my friend, you simply don't think the way that most people do. But ultimately though, the fact that we were all asking the wrong question about Kal-El's reaction to killing Zod, falsely assuming that he would care about other people, even his enemies, more than he cares about himself, because that's what Superman does, that literally defines his identity and his character, proves definitively that Man of Steel is not a Superman film, that it is not about Superman at all. Because leaving aside the whole question of whether it's even physically possible to snap a Kryptonian's neck, and the fact that, well, he can fly, so he could have just lifted Zod away from the people he was trying to kill, a character who cares more about how people relate to him and whether or not he'll feel lonely and isolated than he does about committing homicide is not Superman. And no, not in the sense of, ooh, I don't like this interpretation of the character, but objectively speaking, just as a vigilante who brands criminals so that they'll be murdered in prison by his, quote, criminal friends, is not Batman. Full stop.